Hello everyone, my name is Leo with SuperTech. Today we're going to be working on a PlayStation 4 Slim that a customer just got through dropping off. Basically they're saying that their optical drive, it actually spins, but it's not reading any of the games at all. Let's go ahead and just test to see if in fact that is the case before we start working on this console. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the power cable as well as the HDMI cable. And then we're going to validate if in fact the game is not being read. So we've got the power cable plugged in, we've got HDMI cable plugged in. Let's make sure that we've got the correct input on there as well. Let's go ahead and press the power button and let's see if yeah, there's something going on with the optical drive. It's spinning. Yeah, I don't think the optical drive is actually going to work. Let me see if I have a game in here to put in. I do not have a game here on hand. I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and get one. Alrighty, so we've got a game here. Also went ahead and grabbed the control that I normally use to test. Let me also grab a wire. Alright, I've got a charging cable here. Plug in the charging cable. Plug this to the control. There we go. So let's go ahead and put in a game and let's see what it does. Let's see what it does here. Okay, yeah. In fact, there is definitely an issue here with the optical drive. It's definitely not taking a game in. So we are gonna have to take this console apart and be able to test to see why. Now let me try something real quick. I'm gonna turn off the console and I'm gonna try to turn on the console by putting a disc in there. Yeah, it doesn't turn on the console either. So I believe the issue is probably going to be the fuse. I believe it's a F2602 or F something. But I believe the fuse is actually going to be the culprit or the issue for this PlayStation 4 Slim. So with that being said, we won't waste any time. Let's get to the board section of this console repair, and then I'll be back as soon as we've got the board on hand. Alrighty, so we've got the board now here on my mat now. So basically what we have to look for now is the actual fuse. If I recall correctly, it was fuse F6202, I believe, which normally for the Slim, it's like around this area. These are the two fuses right here. So what we're gonna do is actually turn on our multimeter. We're gonna put it in diode mode or beat mode, whatever mode you want to call it. Diode mode, beat mode, continuity mode, actually, to be more exact. And we're gonna see if we actually have continuity within these two diodes, and then we'll check several other diodes here. I know that F6202 and F6201 are normally the main culprits to why the optical drive actually stops working. Now these fuses that I'm about to go ahead and check now are in good condition. That means that the issue is probably going to be with the optical drive itself. So let's go ahead and start testing. We're gonna go ahead and go into our microscope so we can see the actual fuses themselves. Alrighty, so we've got the two fuses we are needing to actually test, at least two of the fuses. Let's go ahead and get these tests. So I do have it in continuity. So whenever I press on the two probes together, that means there's continuity. So there's supposed to be continuity between both ends of these fuses here. So let's go ahead and test these real quick. Okay, there is continuity in this one, which is F6202, which is good. And there's continuity in this one as well. So those two are good. Let me see, there's supposed to be two other fuses around here. So this is the other fuse right over here. Let's go ahead and test it real quick. And this fuse over here is actually F6001. That fuse is also good. Alright, so the issue's not going to be with the actual board itself. It's actually going to be with the optical drive. So let's go ahead and open up the optical drive. Let's see what's going on with this optical drive, why it's doing that. So it looks like somebody actually... Alrighty, so we did open up the optical drive. Looks like somebody inserted a debit card in here. Somebody inserted a debit card in the optical drive, which is why it's not working. Wow. I should have started with the optical drive. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and get this cleaned out, though. Customer's already paying for the services, so might as well clean the actual optical drive out. Alrighty, so we did find out, of course, that the optical drive actually had a card stuck in there, which is why it was doing the noises it was doing when we initially turned it on. I guess it thought that it had a CD in there, when in reality it did not. Everything else looks to be good here, though. Just validating. I've already cleaned this out. Let's go ahead and put the optical drive back together. And then we're going to test. We're going to test the console to make sure that it all works. Alrighty, so we've got the console right now put together just enough to be able to tell. Well, actually, we've got it to basically all the way put together. I just haven't put the top or bottom shell on, just in case I need to take it apart again. But all the screws are basically on already, except for the hard drive screw as well as the bottom shell screw. Other than that, everything else is actually put together. So let's go ahead and test to see if in fact the issue was only because of this card being stuck in there. I'm hoping that's what it was, because I did basically put this console together already. But if I have to take it apart again, I definitely will. So let's go ahead and plug in a power cable to this as well as our HDMI cable. And let's go ahead and turn the console on. Let's go ahead and swap over scenes real quick. Okay, fan spinning. We do have a blue light here. I don't see anything on the screen just yet though. There it is. I see something on the screen now. And of course, let's get our disc and see if it'll actually read it after it's booted up. Grabbing a controller here. Okay, console's booting up again. And of course, that is because, of course, we removed the hard drive, so it'll have to reboot again. Trying to see if we get to the dashboard. Okay. Let's see if we are able to see the actual disk here show up. Okay, it took in a disk. Will the disk be read? That's the big question. Yep. Disk is being read. Let's go ahead and eject the disk, and then we'll put it back in there. Alrighty, issue is fixed. So let's go ahead and finish and just putting this together. Other than that, this console is completely done. For those of you that actually stayed in tune and actually watched this video, thank you very much. I know it's not much of a repair, but hopefully it'll show anyone out there that's looking to possibly repair their console because their disk drive isn't working, how to take it apart. Well, not necessarily how to take it apart, but how to troubleshoot to see what the cause could have been. Like my initial diagnostics or my initial thought was that it was going to be fuse F6202 or F6201 or F6200. F6200, yeah, F6200. Fortunately, it was not either one of those fuses. They do tend to go out. But in this case, it was not the fuses. It was more so the actual optical drive. We had a card actually stuck in there, so that was stopping from inserting any games in there, of course. Other than that, thank you again very much for actually staying tuned and watching my videos. And yeah, if you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. Definitely hit the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt. It's free. And yeah, I'll be seeing you on my next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.